Yo, what's good with y'all, man? It's your boy, Kid Max, and today we got another one. Yo, what's up, my family? What's up, gang? What's up, everybody on YouTube? How y'all doing today, man? Shout out to all the supporters, really quick. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the new subscribers, Rap God Reloaded, Zay Blaze, uh, you know what I'm saying? All the subscribers, man. Shout out to Rave Kingdom. Shout out to Hoop Jargon. Shout out to all the supporters, the team. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Hoop Jargon, Flight Sports TV. You know what I'm saying? For all to envy. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to AB the Hero. Shout out to Ball Facts as well, man. You know, anybody that's supporting the Ball family, I support you. Guys, we're gonna do a quick video today. This is something light, but very heavy. Excuse me. I just wanted to give you guys my pregame prediction for tonight's game. As you guys know, uh, it's about to go down tonight, and we have a great matchup in the Chicago Bulls versus the Memphis Grizzlies. Tonight's going to be pretty hype. I'm excited for tonight. I think first thing I want to say before I get into the lineups and I talk about all the players, I'm a huge fan of John Morant as well. And I'm going to be planning on talking about him throughout the season as well. Like I said, there's a couple of players that I plan on dropping videos on. It's probably not going to be as many videos as I do about Lonzo, just because of me wanting to follow the story when it comes to the Ball brothers. It's just something that I've been attached to for years, and it's pretty much my main reason for even being on here, outside of some other goals on YouTube. Because I'm just not, I love basketball and I love sports, but I also am planning on doing more videos on different things, and I hope that you guys stick around for that as I continue to evolve. But ultimately, I really, really like John Morant. I got to see a little bit of him as well before he went to the pros. I didn't see his entire March Madness time in college because I was paying attention to Zion and Duke. Who would have known? I didn't know he was going to be playing with Lonzo, though. But I ended up seeing a lot more of Zion's game with RJ Barrett and Duke than I did John Morant. I kind of saw him towards the tail end right before they got eliminated. But I still saw enough to be impressed and to fall in love with his game right before he came to the league. And but I did miss a lot of it, though. I kind of saw it on the back end of everyone else because I was so much enthralled with Lonzo's second season and everything that was going on with the Pelicans, right? Or not the Pelicans, but his third season, because John Morant didn't come in until Lonzo's got 2 years over Ja. Yeah, 2 years on Ja. Yeah, 2 years on Ja because Ja's in Zion's class, right? So I was focused on Lonzo's third year with his third year, which was his first year with the Pelicans. I never really got to enjoy as much as I wanted to enjoy Ja's game, but I got to see enough to learn about his play style. And I think Ja Morant has unlimited potential. I want to say that really quickly. I think Ja Morant has a great floor game. All right. I think Ja Morant is a player that has a lot of untapped potential still. I think he's with a great young team. And, I think that, Memphis is a great spot for him. I don't think he's going to be struggling to find success throughout his whole career. A lot of people want to put that probably on him somehow, thinking that maybe he'll be one of those players that is just with a team and, isn't able to ever kind of reach the next seed or stuff. But I think he will. I think it just takes time. I don't know how it's going to happen because I do believe Lonzo Ball and the Bulls are going to take some space for themselves in this NBA legacy arena of time. And I believe that, Lonzo's going to be a champion before John Morant, just because of how things are set up right now. And in general, because of Lonzo Ball's, transcendent play, which is a bit above. It is above John Morant's point guard abilities right now. But John Morant, he has such an electrifying game. And you guys should know, like, Lonzo fans shouldn't be mad at me or nothing like that. Y'all know I'm an objective analyzer, and Ja Morant's one of my favorite players. He has a lot of potential. I think he has a very high IQ as a point guard. I just don't think the play calling is as consistent. The natural, intuitive, running the whole team through your offense and defense and regular just awareness of the game, I don't think it's as consistent as Lonzo Ball's, which is why he's not going to be able to overcome as often as Lonzo Ball is with his team, right? Down the line when it really comes down to it, you know what I'm saying? But Ja Morant this year, I think is gonna put a lot of people on notice. Because I think Ja Morant, low key, last year felt underrated and a bit disrespected, forgot about possibly even. These are just things that I read from him, paying attention to his Instagram and following his story. And one thing about Ja Morant that I like is his story actually reminds me of Lonzo Ball's story, right? And a lot of people aren't going to understand this, but it's like the opposite of Lonzo Ball, the exact same story, right? So Lonzo Ball comes from the suburbs, his father comes from the hood, right? Lonzo Ball was trained by his father, LeVar Ball, as he trained other kids in the hood, which is why Lonzo and the kids are so humble, because they have experienced different things, whether it be vicariously through other people and their experiences, as well as witnessing things themselves, right? Being so connected, because LeVar did put them in public school, which is why Chino Hills was such a phenomenon, because it was a public school competing against, these top private schools and these different schools, and they were winning, right? So that's where LeVar was able to ingrain the humility in his children, so they could see the real world in different ways, which is why even though they're so high in their status, they're very humble, at least from what I believe and what I believe to know from what I've observed. Now, with Ja Morant, the reason why I say those stories are kind of similar is because Ja Morant was also trained by his father, but he was trained theoretically, technically, kind of in the hood, right? Or we assume that, or we kind of put that on him in a way, even though we're not gonna say it was like the hood trenches. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say I know every single thing about Ja's story. I'm just going off of what I know right now, because I haven't even been able to do my full deep dive. But I've done enough. I've seen enough. Like I said, he's one of my favorite players. He has a powerful number as well, number 12. So he has the capabilities to really become a full scale, point guard, and become, a real. I think Ja Morant has the potential to become a real comparison first when it comes to AI. He's already been compared to AI. I think people haven't really said it out loud. I'm gonna say it out loud. People comparing AI to everything else, so why not? But just his style, his swag on the court. And I think he has more potential to win the AI, because it's a new league, it's a new day and age. And he is probably in a better system than AI ever was in a system. But when it comes to Ja Morant's handles, his ball skills, his dunking abilities, that's what I'm saying. Like, he's gonna be able to. He has such swag on the court, bro. Like, he's gonna have. Ja Morant has the AI energy. Okay, I tell people that I feel like Lonzo has Jordan energy. The whole Ball family, Lonzo Ball, LaMelo, and Jello, they're playing around with Jordan energy because of the legacy of how unique the Big Baller brand is. And Jordan brand had a unique legacy when he came into the league, and it's very specific nuance that I'm speaking about. I will be making a video on that in the future, because not everybody's going to speak on that or understand where I'm coming from when I say Lonzo has Jordan brand energy. And Ja Morant has Allen Iverson energy. And they're both on the verge of being able to really encapsulate that and represent that in the new age, which I think is powerful. But yeah, so with Ja Morant, like I said, he was raised with his father. His father trained him in the backyard, just like LeVar trained Lonzo. And it's a similar story in that way, because in different ways, because Ja Morant wasn't highly touted. You know what I'm saying? He had to work his way up, which is why his story is so powerful. And Lonzo had to work his way up as well, but his story was followed from the beginning because of LeVar Ball, making the brand, right? And his play style as well, and the record that the team had. And so I just really believe in John Morant, man. I think he's gonna be he's already a transcendent player, man, and I'm looking forward to seeing him continue to succeed in life. Um, Now let's get to this matchup, right? I think that the Bulls are gonna win. Okay, I believe the Bulls are gonna win, and I believe this because again, I believe the Bulls have a full scale system intact with Lonzo Ball. I believe that Lonzo Ball, you know, we're not going to see him scale back in the way of his aggressiveness. Again, he plays off of what defense gives him, but he also knows how to make his way when he's playing a system that caters to his abilities. And I think that's what we're going to witness again tonight. Lonzo Ball overcoming because I think it's going to be a very tight matchup. Let's check out the team that the Memphis Grizzlies have because I need to check out their whole lineup, right? So the Memphis Grizzlies got John Morant. They got Steven Adams to replace Valanciunas. Okay, Zaire Williams, Jaren Jackson Jr., Dylan Brooks still. Okay, Santi Aldamada, Jared Culver. Okay, Brandon Clark. Right, still got Brandon Clark. Still got Jaren. Kyle Anderson still got him. East Pons. Okay, Xavier Tillman. Chris Dunn still got. Well, they just got him from the Bulls, I believe. Tyus Jones. Okay, still got him, D'Anthony Melton, Killian Till. Okay, and then we got some other players right here, right? Now, I actually like the fit of Steven Adams with John Morant. I think Steven Adams got a bad rap playing in New Orleans. I think unfortunately, because Lonzo wasn't able to really play his game, he wasn't able to utilize the best of Adams as much as we could have seen because Lonzo was dealing with trying to play his game and getting everyone involved while still trying to find his own flow because ultimately he was being forgot about by the coaching staff and the organization as we see how he had to leave because they didn't want to pay him 21 million, I believe, right? And so, I think John Morant has a good, young, strong team that he's working with. I think they believe in him, right? Dylan Brooks is a great player. Jaren Jackson's a great young player. Brandon Clark, I like him a lot. Kyle Anderson, very consistent in his role. Jared Culver, I like him too. You know what I'm saying? I got to still study how they're playing together. Tyus Jones, and they got a good team. They got a good squad, man. But overall, I think Bulls have a more powerful and dominant squad overall. And then I think with just the matchup with Lonzo Ball and John Morant, it's just going to put a little bit of pressure on John Morant to do everything he has to do. And again, because he's not as it stands, because I think he has, like, I've seen sprinkles of it. There's a couple games I've watched, man, where I've seen John Morant's IQ really impact the team in regards to his playmaking and his ability to get the team involved. But I just think that because again he's such an offensive focus in his play style, the way his play style is, that it makes it harder for him to, or the team is a bit less things are a bit less predictable for the team, right? See, with Lonzo, because the team knows subconsciously that his priority is them first, right? It's easier for them to always be ready for his passes, to make a cut, to look for him when he's in a frustrating position. But when you have a player like John Morant or LaMelo, right, where it's known to everybody, their team and the opponent, that their main like thing is their offensive game, pretty much. What happens is their team has to be ready to, but it's a bit less predictable of when they're going to pass it or when they're going to cut. How am I going to cut? Because they are really giving them space to go isolation. You see, with Lonzo, they give him space to go isolation when he calls that. You see what I'm saying? They give him space to go isolation when he just takes it. You see, which is why he's able to take the team off rhythm, the defensive team off rhythm, because they don't know what to expect from Lonzo, because they know that primarily he's going to pass. So because he is efficient in his other play styles, they don't know how to expect him to do things, which is why Lonzo was able to be so transcendent. That's why I said Lonzo's priority offensively is third and fourth quarters. Okay, which is why it's important for him to have the keys from the team so that in those third and fourth quarters, when things get a little aggressive, a little tight, he's able to make those adjustments and actually take those risks, make those alley-oop passes, and make those cuts to the basket, take those three-point shots where he's not being guarded. Okay, things like that. And that's how Lonzo's able to really get his points up and keep the team in the lead. Okay, or give them a comeback. That's how he plays. All right, and but we're playing a whole different team now with with Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan on those wings, and then we got Vucevic that's going to be giving Steven Adams a lot of work. Okay, and Jaren Jackson a lot of work. But Jaren Jackson, like I said, this is a great, Memphis has a great team, but ultimately I believe that the Bulls are going to win tonight, guys. Part of me wants to say they're going to win in epic fashion to show the league something, but I just know for a fact that Ja Morant's going to come out really, really, really holding his team down as best he can. But I have a feeling that they're going to get overpowered potentially. You know what I'm saying? But then again, it's early in the season. It's early in the preseason, and it's early in the season in general. We're at the end of the preseason, and we're at the beginning of the season, so still adjustments have to be made and things of that nature. And teams will be adjusting all year to different teams, to every team. But I have two predictions. One prediction is that it's going to be a blowout and it's going to be a transcendent game for all players of the Chicago Bulls. And when I say blowout, I mean towards the end of the game, not as an embarrassment to the Memphis Grizzlies or Ja Morant, but just as a statement game. It's going to be a very big statement game. I believe it's going to be a statement game regardless, but I believe it's going to happen in two ways. One way is going to be a blowout towards the end of the game, just because it's going to be too much firepower to keep up with, too much transition play, too much switching lanes, too much left and right ball passing. Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan in the paint with Vucevic. Okay. Um, Too much defensive pressure for the Memphis Grizzlies to really find a consistent flow. They're going to be getting hard buckets all night. And I just feel like it's going to be a bit easier to score for the Chicago Bulls. Real shit. Especially, again, we're talking about we've never seen Lonzo Ball get the reins of an NBA team. It's the fifth. This is his fifth year, right? This is his fifth year, guys. Okay, he's even better than he was before, but now we're going to be able to see it more than we've ever got to see it before because he's with a team and an organization that trusts his ball handling abilities, his IQ, and his decision making. And we're going to see, like I said, Lonzo Ball and the Ball family, they play in chaos. They are the orchestrators of, being able to manage chaos. Okay. And that's what a lot of coaches haven't been able to handle when it comes to Lonzo Ball and the Bulls. Okay. Lonzo Ball in general. That's what a lot of teams and organizations, haven't been able to ever really just allow the moment to be. I mentioned this before how a portal was open when Lonzo was playing with Zion that opening night. And Zion was hitting those 3-point shots. There was a portal that opened in possibilities based on belief and what could happen on a fresh scale, fresh slate. And unfortunately, that was shut down and hindered due to the organization's standards at that time for Zion, which, again, I don't want to hold it completely against them because we don't know what they knew. To us, he was ready to play. To us, it made no sense to take him out during that stage of the game, during his premiere, basically. But, we never really know what they were facing. And what they were seeing themselves and how they want to protect it. And any of us that have an asset, something that we invest in, when we invest our money in something, all of us would want to protect it at the highest cost, right? So, a lot of times these teams overreact because they're looking at it from a monetary view, which is fair, okay? But in the moment of history and things like that, sometimes risks have to be taken. And I think they didn't see it as a risk worth taking, even though he wasn't playing. And he wasn't playing. Zion at that time wasn't even playing to where he was stressing out. Lonzo was making it very easy for him. Zion wasn't even in the paint. He was shooting 3-point shots. And they took him out. That was where they messed it up. You know what I'm saying? That was the first mess up of the chemistry and the flow of the team and the excitement and the belief, because they weren't thinking about the psychology of the team at that standpoint. They were caught up in the polarizing energy. And unfortunately they folded because it was just the type of energy that Lonzo creates. It's like it keeps going. It just gets higher and higher. The excitement gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And it's just like sometimes these coaches, they just call timeout out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? They just don't know how to handle it. You know what I'm saying? I think Billy Donovan has prepared his mental state to handle the chaos that comes with Lonzo Ball, the chaos and the beauty. Okay? Because it's important to understand that it comes with both. And you have to accept that. And if you play in a system like this, he'll be able to be fine because he'll have teammates that he can rely on, and you have a good point guard, backup point guard that can be a starter one day, or right now, quite frankly, in Alex Caruso. Okay, so they're always gonna have something to help Lonzo, because the good thing I like Billy Donovan that he's done is that he's put Alex Caruso in the game with Lonzo to reconfirm to Lonzo that you are a primary point guard, and you and Alex Caruso are going to work together, and I love that. So that's something that's very beautiful. And shout out to Kobe White as well. I look forward to seeing him continue to play with the team, and I look forward to seeing how he gels with the team as well once he gets back. I don't know. I wonder if he's gonna be playing tonight. We'll see how they do that. Um, but just a quick prediction, guys. I can't give you a score because I think the Bulls are going to be scoring in the hundreds in the future, bro. They're going to be putting up those LeVar Ball numbers on teams because they're running that ball era play style. We haven't seen that in the league really be able to go. And that's the capacity, that's the potential that Lonzo Ball has to get his team at a high scoring level. Um, like Chicago Bulls, the new Oop City. Okay, the Zola Vin connection is real. The Lonzo DeMar connection is going to be beautiful, and the Lonzo and Vucevic connection is going to be powerful. Okay, and pretty much unguardable. Because Vucevic is going to be the benefactor of having two wing players that Lonzo can pass to all the time. And so people are going to just always be having Vucevic on the island. He's going to be able to really do his work in the paint. He's going to start hitting up more of those shots in the mid-range, those mid-range post shots. He's going to be really getting those off because Lonzo's going to be getting those to him all night, whether he makes or misses them. And that's going to be able to give Vucevic the ability to drive better and easier, catch the passes in the lane. All right, so it's just gonna be a lot for the Memphis Grizzlies to handle, guys. And I'm looking forward to seeing a Chicago Bulls win tonight. Point blank, period. That's just pretty much how I feel about it. And so that's pretty much all I gotta say, guys. I just want to give you guys my prediction. I think Lonzo Ball is gonna be transcendent tonight. I'm not even gonna predict a stat line for Lonzo Ball. I'm just going to repeat the stats that I've said he's going to be having around all season. And I was proven right by those last two games, or that last game they had. But I believe on the low end, Lonzo Ball will average around 17, 7, and 7, 17, 9, and 9. He's even liable to average 17, 10, and 10 type shit, right? On the low end, where he's not having to be aggressive all night because his team's flowing. All right. He just needs to hit those clutch shots and drive when he needs to make the drive, and, take those opportunities when he needs to take them. But that's when he plays a low night, when he's playing regular, because he doesn't have to play super crazy, right? But he's still being transcendent with how he finds the team and keeps the team flowing. So 17, 9, and 9, 17, 7, and 7, 17, 10, and 10 on the low end, right? But on the high end with Lonzo, when he's being aggressive offensively and he's open, he's finding his shots and things of that nature, I see 20, 9, and 9, okay, 20, 10, and 10 for Lonzo Ball. That's on the high end, okay? And we're talking about the team playing his style, him finding players. So, yeah, 29, 9, 20, 10, and 10, or 27 and 7 type shit, okay? And those are my predictions, guys. Very simple, very straight to the point. Just wanted to get that to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you guys hit the like button. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Make sure you guys check out my other videos, very important videos in there about what's going on in the league right now with Kyrie Irving and different players. I think you guys should check it out. We cannot allow his story to be forgotten. It is essential that we remember what's going on with Kyrie Irving right now as this new legendary season begins, as it's going to be one of the greatest seasons of all time. We have a lot of young super teams developing, which is making the league more competitive. The Memphis Grizzlies are like one player away from being a young super team because they have Jaren Jackson, and I think Jaren Jackson has a lot of potential, and he's one of their. Even though I think they're starting. I think they're playing Jaren Jackson at power forward, right, and then they're playing Steven Adams at center. I'm not sure they're going to play it tonight, but they just need like two more players to be like a young super team, or one more player to be a young super team. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like if the Memphis Grizzlies got Jason Tatum, for example, right? That's Jason Tatum, Ja Morant, and Jaren Jackson Jr., right? With Steven Adams, right? That's a young super team. Okay, the definition of super team is changing over time as we see that it's about really the team that has the best players in their position and has a solid bench. That's a super team. Okay, that's a young super team, and we're getting to the point where more and more teams are developing their teams based on what they actually need. And so that's how you're seeing the identity of teams really grow into their uniqueness. You're seeing teams develop their own identities more than we've ever seen before, because teams are giving different players a shot, and they're learning about the game as well. Organizations are learning the game as well. We're just starting to see the mindset of the league shift towards not trading players and actually developing them. That's a big shift for the league. The shift just happened like 2 years ago, so slowly but surely. But this year is the year where it's finally being visible. Okay, and so I predict the Chicago Bulls win tonight. I think it's gonna be a highly competitive game. As you know, all eyes are on this game tonight. All eyes are on Ja Morant and Lonzo Ball specifically, but all eyes are on their teams as well, and just the overall prediction of how the season is gonna go. So I'm really, really excited about that. And I feel like it's going to be a great, 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 great matchup tonight. And I look forward to watching the game. And I look forward to giving you guys my recap on the game once it's over. So without further ado, guys, to anybody that's listening to this, if you're thinking about suicidal thoughts, don't give in to them. Okay, it is just a moment in time. All right, it will pass. This too will pass. Okay, if you're struggling, if you're going through things in life, just remember that anything is possible. Don't give up. If you're still breathing, just remember this. You still got a shot. I don't care if you got one lung. I don't care if you're in the hospital right now. I don't care if you are, what I'm saying, homeless right now, struggling right now, living in your car. I don't care if you're watching this on 10% battery on the streets. Remember that if you still got breath in your body and you can still look up at the stars, and if you can't see, if you can still breathe, it doesn't even matter. You still got a shot to live your best life. Okay? And you can see the stars in your mind. You can create the stars in your brain, in your mind, okay? So, guys, without further ado, don't give up on anything in life. Just keep going, all right? And with that being said, I'm going to see you guys after the game. And peace and love to you all. It's your boy, Kid Max. And I'm out. In the cut. Sips tea. Peace.